So without further ado, let's get straight into question number one this week that comes in from Marty. Hi there, Marty. Thank you for being part of the amazing Wigwam community. Marty's question is we want to put a house on the market and have had valuations from someone called Strike and a local estate agent. Strike are free and the estate agents are charging 1%. If Strike charge nothing and the local agent charges a fee, there must be a reason. What does a normal agent do that Strike doesn't? 1%, it will cost us approximately 10 grand, so it would be a huge saving. After all, the only thing I can think the agent does extra is the viewings, which we're happy to do ourselves. Is there some elephant in the room we are missing here, as how can Strike run a business for free? Well, it's a great question, Marty, and the name of the online agent seems quite apparent in today's society, bearing in mind all of the disruption that we've been experiencing this last week or so with the strikes that have been occurring up and down the country. Pardon the pun. But yeah, interesting question that you've raised here, Marty, around the different business models between a traditional high street agent, if we want to use that term, and an online-only agent. Now, what I would encourage you to do, Marty, is, if I can put this delicately and without singling out anybody's particular business model or marketing tactics, but look behind the marketing headlines, because with these sorts of services that are being offered for free, there is usually some kind of back end, to use a marketing term, or some kind of structure that allows a business to recoup a fee, shall we say, or a commission, for want of a better word, or some kind of income, rather than actually just doing all the work for free. And I think if you look on their website, you can understand that, and that from what I can see, Strike's business model, they're quite transparent in what they're saying is that, you know, that there are a number of different value add services that, as they put it, that you can bolt on as part of your moving journey with them. Now, this is not an endorsement either way, whether you go for traditional high street or online only. I tend to, if I'm honest, have the bias towards more traditional high street agents purely because I've been one. And I think sometimes it's nice to know that, well, first of all, I suppose you walk down if you walk down the high street and you see your property in the window, there's a certain sense of pride, or, yeah, actually, I can see that they're doing their job. Some people like to say, but the point is that you can see your property is there. You can go into the agency's office, have a chat with them, talk things through with them. And I'm not saying that isn't something that's available with Strike, but usually if they haven't got a central office, it's difficult to go and have that sort of a conversation, okay? Now, the bolt-on value-added extras that I just mentioned, they may also be apparent in a traditional high street agent's business as well. So they may well be making recommendations to mortgage brokers or solicitors and receiving a referral fee coming back from them as well. So it's fair to say the two business models are quite similar, shall we say, but there is obviously this headline that suggests you can sell your house for free if you want to. And that might be called, I think, in marketing parlance, I think it used to be called a loss leader, where something would be offered as a discounted front-end product or service in order to then encourage people to go in and buy, or, you know, generate the interest, create the marketing activity or the audience to sell to. And then once that person's in there, what they call the marketing funnel, then they have the opportunity to upsell them to different products and services. Okay, so I would look a little bit beyond that and understand, you know, what the costs are associated with doing things like, I think there's a marketing boost option, and I did see a post once on a forum where somebody suggested that they had gone down a similar route to what you're thinking here, Marty. And by the time they'd worked out all the different extras, it was actually on a par with a traditional agent anyway. So don't be necessarily swayed by what's free, or rather than paying a fee. In some instances, Marty, it's actually smarter to pay more to an agent or to a solicitor in order to get what you want out of the deal, which is, you know, to sell at the best possible price and to make a move as quickly and as healthily as possible. Okay, and I use the word healthy in a very loose term there, but moving house is stressful, right? So you don't want it to drag on, and you don't want it to become a bit of a living nightmare, which is what can happen for a lot of people. And that's why a good agent is worth their weight in gold as far as guiding you through the journey. Now, what I would say is, at the end of the day, Marty, whichever way you want to go, I think you said you've only had 2 valuations at the moment. It might be worth getting a third, okay, just for comparison. Because if you're the other temptation that people do, Marty, in your situation, is to choose an agent based on price. So they tend to go with the one with the highest valuation and the lowest fee. All right, and that's not necessarily sensible a thing to do, Marty. I don't encourage that at all. I actually encourage going for a realistic valuation, okay, and a sensible pricing structure. And that will depend based on the menu of services, if you like, that the agent's offering you, that will assist you in terms of selling the property, okay? And the real area where an estate agent earns their money, particularly in the current market, is not necessarily finding the buyer and negotiating the deal, although those are very important elements, obviously. It's actually keeping the deal together through to completion. So when issues come up, as unfortunately tends to always happen, there's problems that need to be dealt with and all the rest of it. The estate agent that is proactive and deals with these problems and these complaints and these issues, and they dive right into it headlong, then they will actually be able to, keep that deal together, get you through to exchange of contracts, and that's when you will breathe a sigh of relief, because you go, okay, the deal's done. We know what's happening now. We know when we're moving, and go with the estate agent that you feel is going to give you that best level of service and give you the most honest advice. Because, again, one of the other things to think of, Marty, in today's market is, if the market's starting to drop, you're going to need somebody who's not only just going to be proactive, but is also going to give you the best marketing advice and pricing advice to get the property sold as soon as possible. So hope that answers your question, Marty. I really wish you the best of luck with that, and hope that you can find a buyer as soon as possible and move home to your new place of residence as soon as you like. All right, thanks for that. All right, ladies and gentlemen, well, that brings us to the end of today's webinar. We're just inside the 1 hour mark, which is incredible. So really happy about that, but also really happy that I've been able to address some more of your questions that you've been sending in to us. So thank you for that. If you'd like to send in any questions in the future, please feel free to do so. You can do that via our email address, which is happytohelp@wiggywan.co.uk. That's happytohelp@wiggywan.co.uk. And just put your questions on an email to us there. You can go to our website, which is wiggywan.co.uk. That's wiggywan.co.uk, and you can sign up for a profile on there. Feel free to submit your questions that way. You can find us on any of the social media. I think we're now on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, and goodness knows where else. Tumblr, I think we're on, and some of the other of these social media sites. So feel free, through any of those marketing channels, you can get in contact with us, or on Twitter as well. Twitter handle is @WiggyWam_UK, so that's @WiggyWam_UK, and we'd love to field your questions in one of next week's shows or in the future. Again, if you'd like to become on as a guest to our WiggyWam Get Your Property Questions Answered podcast, or if you'd like to come on one of our Expert Corner interviews that we're going to be doing with other industry professionals, feel free to let me know. Get in contact with us. Again, email address happytohelp@wiggywan.co.uk. It would be a delight to organise something and get you on one of our future episodes. So thanks so much for your time, care and attention today, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for being part of the amazing WiggyWam community. If you have not yet got your profile set up on WiggyWam, I encourage you to go there immediately, if not sooner. Check out the website, set up a free profile on the site, and start to share that with your friends and family, because I know now, as the market begins to turn, they're going to need a lot more help and support with their moving journey. Things are going to get tougher rather than easier, and we're here to help and support them in every step of the way possible. All right, so please go to there, wiggywan.co.uk, set up your free profile, get started on there, start to invite your friends and family. We're going to build a real community of amazing evangelists, if you like, towards the property revolution. And I am looking forward to seeing you all on a future webinar very soon. All right, so thanks again. Take care.